Okay. Make the usual announcements now. To not do that. Haha. Yo, what's up? What am I doing? Oh yeah. I woke up not that long ago. My brain is distracted. It's going to take me a second to set everything up. It's alright. I'm trying to think. My brain. I spent, like, 6 hours last night. This morning, actually. It was, like, right at midnight, which was a mistake. I was gonna go to bed at midnight, and then I was, like, idly doing stuff to figure out, like, story details for, the Small Worlds series that I put on Patreon. And because I wanted to get all of the background stuff written out so that I knew what was happening. So I started doing that, but that was a mistake because I ended up doing that for 6 hours. So I went to sleep at like 8 a.m. and then I just woke up. So that was a mistake, but it's what happened. I don't really regret it because I came up with a lot of the stuff, but still, I should have slept when I was planning on sleeping. But it is what it is. Didn't work out that way. But yeah, past that, life's alright. I'm excited to play Undertale, so there's that. I'm very excited to play Undertale, actually. I'm very, very excited about it. But I've been reading so much Undertale fanfiction lately. Like, no joke, I've been reading so much. What am I doing? What is today's stream gonna be called? Sure. I don't know if I've used this one already. Actually, this might be easier. Herc. Underfail. Lol 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 lol. Oh, wait. Hang on. No, wait. Because I always do, like, Cerillen's something, something, something. Like, I'm doing something in each one. And that's not a bad idea, but I'm thinking, Cerillen's staying determined or something. That's fun and on theme. There we go. Now I have to change the game so that it's Undertale instead of Stonehearth, like last time. Boop. There we go. Fixed. Fantastic. Okay. Great. That's taken care of. Now I need to switch the accounts. Otherwise, yes. Wait. No, don't do that. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Alright, bye. Let me go back. Why are you like this, YouTube? I'm trying to navigate. It's really weird. They keep changing all of this stuff with, like, the YouTube studio and everything. Like, they got the beta for the new YouTube studio stuff happening, and it's really weird. I'm not used to it. Nice. Nice. I never watched Merlin, like the series. I heard it was pretty good. Never got around to it. I don't watch a lot of TV shows. I usually just watch anime and like YouTube videos. So I didn't watch Merlin. That's good. I think the last TV show I properly watched was like Lucifer? That's the last one I remember. Oh no, wait, Channel Zero, I think, is probably actually the last one I watched. Probably. Nice. You know what series makes me cry? It's not a TV show, but it's an anime. Natsume's Book of Friends. I literally cry in every single episode. At the end of every single episode, I am not joking, I cry. Every single time. Without fail. That's just how it goes. Okay, I don't know how the audio is going to balance. Ah! It's just gonna be there, that's fine. Just gonna open up Undertale and hope for the best. We'll see if anybody dies from audio issues. If there are any, inform me so I can fix it. We'll see what happens. I don't need my mouse there. Can I skip you? Yes. Good. Doop. How do full screen again? Is it F2? No. How do I do this? No, you're not you. You don't help me. Other buttons. No, we don't want to reset. How do you do the thing again? I've entirely forgot. I think I've just realized that I have never gone to settings before. So I've never seen that doggo just chilling out there. But alright. How do I do full screen? I've completely forgotten how to do this. Damn it. Do you remember? How do I full screen this? This is embarrassing. Also, how's the audio doing? I'm gonna check, hang on. It's about as loud as, like, no, it's quieter. And since there's usually other stuff happening, it should be fine. Tell me if you find the audio's good. Alright, cool. I'll leave it then. I don't remember how to do full screen. Ah, damn. I'm the worst. Hang on. Just gonna chill out there so I can still look at the chat while I use my phone to look up how to full screen Undertale. That's fine. Unprepared. How do I do this? Boop. F4. Why did I think F2? What's wrong with me? Why did I press that? I should've... I knew it was F4. I'm pretty sure I said F4, and then I pressed F2. What's wrong with me? Alright, you go away. Great, okay. That's fine. Alright, I'm gonna make some terrible microphone noises, sorry. Let's move that just a bit, sorry. Alright. Great. Oh, shit. I can't see the chat. God damn it. I'm the worst. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Don't do that. Refresh it. No, don't full screen. Why are you like this? Oh my god. Everything's falling apart. Okay. What? Why is it a black screen? What's happening? No, don't do this. God damn it. Why are you like this? Damn it. If I do this, is that gonna fix the black screen issue, or is it still just a black screen? Nope, it's just a black screen, which means that the stream died. Great. Awesome. Damn it. How did that even happen? I didn't do anything. Gotta exit the game, redo everything. Jeez. Everything's falling apart! Ugh. Why are you like this? Damn it. Ah, it's back. I just closed the game. Damn it. Fucking. I'm crying. Why is this my life? Oh, shut up. I don't care about you. Okay. We're gonna try that again. And this time it's not gonna do what it just did. It's fine. Totally fine. I'm gonna full screen and nothing bad is gonna happen, okay? What? Okay. Alright. It's just stream delay. It was only a black screen for 2 seconds. Awesome. Great. Things are fine. We can go forward. God damn it. Is my, question mark, is my face scan taking up too much of the screen? Should I make it smaller? Because I know that there's, like, stuff to be seen. I guess there's not a lot of stuff to see in that corner of the screen. But, still. Alright, cool. Alright. Right, we were at this spaghetti. Okay. I think I looked at everything here as well. That's fine. Squeak for good luck. Great. Alright, moving on. Warning, dog marriage. Great. There's a camera hidden inside this tree, right? Weird. Click literally everything. I've forgotten... Hello? Lesser dog! Hi! Okay. Act. Wields a stone dagger made of pomegranate. Great. Ah, damn it. I forgot the timing for that one. Tiny bark. Ah. Barking excitedly. I'm going to pet the dog. Ah! That's rude! I'll stop petting the dog when I eventually lose all of my health. Ah, you suck! Pet Doge. I'm the worst. That's okay. Pet. Ah, damn it. I forget how that dog one works. You have to jump up to pet the dog. Motor revving. Can I just keep petting the dog? You don't even pet it, it gets more excited. Plane takeoff. There is no way to stop this madness. Get a whistle. Lesser dog enters the realm of the clouds. Wait, what was that? How do I go back again? I've completely forgotten. Oh well, whatever. You call the dog, but it is too late. It cannot hear you. Far away bark. Shows no signs of stopping. Great. You can reach lesser dog again. Lesser dog is lowering. Adorable yips. Great. We're just gonna do this for a little bit. This is a good way to start the stream. After all of the panic, just relaxing here and petting lesser dog. I like that eventually you don't even have to, like, worry about the attacks anymore. It's possible that you may have a problem! Thanks! I like that its head is still, like, in the speech bubble. So it's just a dog face. I know, game, I know. It has to get below the screen. Can you think about it, though, for, like, a second? Like, seeing this in actual life. Like, it's one thing to be like, oh, a dog who's, like, standing up and who has armor and, like, weapons and stuff. But also, though, like, a dog whose neck just keeps getting longer and longer and longer until it eventually has to fall to the floor. Like, that would be the most terrifying thing to see. This long noodle dog that's just horrifically long. And you're just petting its head while this happens. It's like the stuff of nightmares. Ah! No! What? Wait a second. Is the stream still going? Yes. Good. I was super concerned, because for me, it just kind of died for a second. Alright. This stream is a mess. Everything's falling apart. I think I, like, lost internet connection for all of 2 seconds, and then it came back. Gonna whoop. Lesser dog is unpettable, but appreciates the attempt. We're gonna keep doing this for a little bit. Oh. Wrong button. Bound to happen eventually. Let's see. Just keep petting. Lesser dog is whining because it can't see you. Oh, there are the ears. Hello there. That's awesome. Yo, are you still in the stream? I know that it died for like 2 seconds, but I swear it's still happening. I'm pretty sure it's just me now, which makes me slightly sad. Nope, you're there. Great! Because I know that it died for like a second. I wasn't sure if everything was okay. Cool. Perhaps mankind was not meant to pet this much. Perhaps not, but it's still happening. I love that it says hello there. I've never actually done this. It continues. Hello there. I think last time I played Undertale, I just kind of stopped petting after the first one. It's questioning your choices. It continues. Great. And I've never really seen someone do this. I know that they could do it, but I never watched it happening, so I never saw the text. I feel like this right here is the reason why people make games. Just because, like, this is the funnest part about the game. Is being able to do all this, like, stupid text there. Lesser dog is gone where no dog has gone before. And I'm pretty sure that's the end of it. Lesser dog is beyond your reach. Alright. I accept that. Goodbye, lesser dog. Spare. 60 gold. Great. For being there for that long. I have to go heal. BRB. Fantastic. Alright. We're going this way first. Because that's important. Oh. Oops. Jerry. It just says Jerry. Great. I think Jerry leaves when everyone else does. I've forgotten how to deal with most of these. Okay, well, let's see what happens and hope that we don't die. Alright. Ignore ice cap. Ah. We laugh at Snowdrake's joke. It's cold. Does anyone care? No, Jerry. No one likes you. Can I spare Snowdrake? Cool. Oh yeah, Jerry doesn't do anything. I remember now. That's why Jerry sucks. Jerry. Alright. We continue to ignore Ice Cap. It seems defeated. Better a hatter than a hater. Ah! Plus don't. No, I walked into that one. I'm the worst! Alright. It has to go to the bathroom. Awkward. Can we just... no. God. Wait, how do I... How do I go back? Damn it. Ah! Oh, shift. Alright, that's what that is. That's a weird button for that to be. Whatever. Just ditch Jerry. Bye, Jerry. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot that that was one of the puzzles. Okay. I'm still gonna clear this off though, because I can, and I feel like it. Because I like moving the snow. And you know, the Snowden music is nice. So I'm not mad about being here for a bit longer. Oh! Sup? Jerry came too. I hate this one! Licks its hands loudly. Gross. Alright. I prefer this one. This one's easier to deal with. Spare. Goodbye, Jerry. Nice. Alright. I should probably heal before I keep going. That sounds like a smart plan. I'll be over here. Oh, geez, sorry. Great. Sad face. What's that smell? Where's that smell? That's a good question. If you're a smell, identify your smell. Here's that weird smell. Makes me want to eliminate. Eliminate you! It is the doggo couple. And that's fine. Take your time. I was mostly worried earlier just because the stream died for 2 seconds on my end. Dog, I assault you. Dogamy and Doggeressa. What was it? It's... roll around. I think. Yeah. I wasn't sure if I wanted to check them first. You smell like a weird puppy. Do humans have tails? The dogs may want to re-smell you. Re-sniff. You smell alright. Great. Ow. I'm dumb. That's fine. And then we pet. You pet Dogamy. Pet by another pup. No. Oh, I forgot. Should I also pet Doggeressa? Pet. No. Okay. The dog's minds have been expanded. Nice. Dogs can pet other dogs? A new world has opened up for us. Thanks, weird puppy. No problem. Bye. I don't really want to go forward in case something happens and I die, but I'm going to go forward anyways. This may be a mistake. Okay. Right. Forgot. That's fine. Step onto the X and then off of the X. Oh, hey Papyrus. Hello! Oh, right, sorry. I shouldn't just silently read this. What have they been doing then? That's a good question. Right, and more importantly, is there any left for me? Oh, the spaghetti. What do you tell Papyrus about his spaghetti? I left it for you. Really? Wowee, you resisted the flavor of my home-cooked pasta. Just so you could share it with me? Fret not, human. I, Master Chef Papyrus, will make you all the pasta you could ever want. Thanks, Papyrus. Sweet bean Skeleboy. What's up? My brother started a sock collection recently. How saddening. Sometimes I wonder what he would do without such a cool guy taking care of him. Yeah. Thanks, Papyrus. There's a switch on the trunk of this tree. Press it? Sure. Oh. What's up, Papyrus? Human! How do I say this? You were taking a long time to arrive, so I decided to improve this puzzle by arranging the snow to look more like my face. Unfortunately, the snow froze to the ground. Now the solution is different. And as usual, my lazy brother is nowhere around. I suppose what I'm saying is, worry not— the pose in the background. Worry not, human! I, the great Papyrus, will solve this conundrum. Then we can both proceed. Meanwhile, feel free to try the puzzle yourself. I'll try not to give away the answer. Great. Oh, I didn't— damn it, I actually wanted to do the puzzle. This was not my intent. God damn it. Wow, you solved it, and you did it all without my help. Incredible! I'm impressed. You must care about puzzles like I do. Well, I'm sure you'll love the next puzzle then. It might even be too easy for you. Yeah. Great. Bye, Pap. Ah, damn it, that wasn't my intent. I was gonna... I'm upset. So it's not what I wanted to do. Boo. Fine. Good job on solving it so quickly. You didn't even need my help. Which is great, because I love doing absolutely nothing. Same. Hey, it's the human! You're gonna love this puzzle. It was made by the great Dr. Alphys. You see these tiles? Once I throw this switch, they will begin to change color. Each color has a different function. Red tiles are impassable. You cannot walk on them. Yellow tiles are electric. They will electrocute you. Green tiles are alarm tiles. If you step on them, you will have to fight a monster. Orange tiles are orange-scented. They will make you smell delicious. Blue tiles are water tiles. Swim through if you like, but if you smell like oranges, the piranhas will bite you. Also, if a blue tile is next to a yellow tile, the water will also zap you. Purple tiles are slippery. You will slide to the next tile. However, the slippery soap smells like lemons, which piranhas do not like. Purple and blue are okay. Finally, pink tiles. They don't do anything. Step on them all you like. How was that? Understand? Understand the explanation? Of course. Thanks, Papyrus. Great! Then there's one last thing. This puzzle is entirely random. When I pull this switch, it will make a puzzle that has never been seen before. Not even I will know the solution. Yeah! Get ready! Oh, man. Oh god. Are we ready for the biggest disappointment? Oh god. I love Papyrus so much. Oh, that was really funny. Jeez. No, we aren't. God. I love this part of the game. Papyrus spinning away in that sudden silence is great. This game is fantastic. I love Undertale so much. I haven't played this in ages. It's hilarious. You're right, I am dying. Alright. Hey, Sans. Actually, that spaghetti from earlier, it wasn't too bad for my brother. Since he started cooking lessons, he's been improving a lot. I bet if he keeps it up, next year he'll even make something edible. The machine isn't working. Great. Oh. Oh! I forgot that this happened when you pet the dog. Seems like the base of a snow dog. It's the broken head of a snow dog. It's the broken head of a snow dog. Seems like the base of a snow dog. Click everything just in case. Seems like the base of a snow dog. Oops. Aware of dog. Please pet dog. On the floor inside is a box of Palmer raisins. Great. It's the broken head of a snow dog. Knowing that dog will never give up trying to make the perfect snow dog, it fills you with determination. Oh yeah, because if you don't pet the dog, then the dog will be here trying to make a snow dog, but not making the perfect snow dog. I remember. I did that before. It's the broken head of a snow dog. Seems like the base of a snow dog. I will click all of these. Oh, I can go back here. Nah, it's the same. Seems like the base of a snow dog. It's the broken head of a snow dog. What's up, guy? A dog just rushed in here, filled with inspiration. It kept trying to build a snow dog that expressed its own emotions. But, as it built, it kept getting more excited about the sculpture. Its neck got longer and longer, and it added more and more snow, until it was rather sad to watch, but I couldn't turn away. What happened? What happened to the snow dog? What happened to the dog? Where did he go? Did he die? Oh, it's this. But also what's up? It's a snow papyrus. Beautiful. It's a lump of snow with the word sands written on it in red marker. Also beautiful. That's sad. Boop. This part's also pretty great. What will be on my head? Ah, a kiwi? Not this way. This way first. Oh, Sans. Hello! What's up? Alright. Hello, weird things in the caves. Oh, hey. Are you lost? Maybe. Oh. Hey, gift drop! I'm gonna check first. I know what to do, but still. Some teens decorated it as a prank. Is this funny to you? Not particularly. Ah. Laments its lack of hands. You have my sympathies. Undecorate. The childhood photograph of Snowdrake and his parent. That's a little better. Ah! That wasn't cool. Slightly less irritated. Great. Remove the barbed wire made of pipe cleaners. That's a little better. Oh, please don't. Ah, God. Slightly less irritated. Great. A small, confused dog. A weight has been lifted. Okay. Great, bye. 20 gold. Fantastic. Oh yeah, look. I don't know if you've seen this, but you see that house in the corner? I think if you wait. We're gonna sit here for a bit and just wait. I saw this recently. Hey, there! Look! The door opened. Someone came out. Sup, little guy? I just found out about this recently on accident. Bye, guy! He went back into his house. Did you see it? Do you think that if Sans was, like, oblivious to the timeline as well, you think he would have done the effort to do something more of a small sculpture? Because I think about that a lot. I also think about that sometimes. I'm pretty sure Sans probably would have done that. Yo, I have so many headcanons for the Undertale universe, though. Like, legit. Including all of the AUs. I have so many headcanons, and I love all of my headcanons so much. I have, like, a constant thread of, like, this is the reality of Undertale in my head that goes on all the time whenever I get back into Undertale. And, like, one of them is always the fact that, like, Sans ends up raising Papyrus after, like, Gaster ends up disappearing into the void. So he's, like, the actually kind of responsible older brother. The House Easter thing is so cool. I never knew about that. Right? I found this on Tumblr, and, like, I don't know why I saw it, but there was suddenly a thing where it's just like, everyone check out this little guy who's in Undertale, and no one knew about. And I was like, what? It was amazing. I had no idea that that was a thing that happened. So, I'm just gonna chill here and watch the guy come in and out of his house for a second while we talk about Undertale. But, yeah, so I have this thing where it's like, Sans probably, like, had to take care of Papyrus. Papyrus being who he is, and the fact that, like, Sans reads the bedtime stories and everything, and, like, he has all these jobs and everything. I imagine that Sans actually, like, pays for all of their expenses and, like, has to go out and do work and jobs as, like, the hot dog salesman and weird dealer of strange objects made of snow. Because he has to, like, take care of Papyrus, who's his little brother. So it's like, I imagine that at one point he was a lot more responsible. And, like, Sans being, as well, like, the secret scientist that he is, I imagine that he was very, like... I feel like Sans was gonna be, like, maybe a scientist or something, like, really a responsible adult, but it didn't work out that way, because then, like, the timelines got weird and he got depressed. Understandably. So things just didn't work out, and now he acts more lazy because there's really not a point to, like, putting in effort if he knows that it's all just going to be for naught. Because, I mean, like, that's kind of, like, the nihilistic point of Sans, I feel, and every single time you, like, really learn more about him in the game, even, it always goes back to, like, what's the point of doing anything if it doesn't even matter? Because it's like, that's also just... Heart is breaking again. I know. But it is like, that's also why a lot of people tend to like favorite Sans a lot, because he has that nihilistic view where people are like, that's totally relatable, having that thought of being like, nothing I do will ever matter because it doesn't mean anything. And it's like, that's super depressing to think about, but in Sans' case especially, it's kind of true, and that's even worse, because it's like, what do you even do? Like, the reality of it as well, we're just gonna sit here and discuss Undertale for a second, but the reality of that as well, just being like, what would you do if you were stuck in a universe where everything just kept repeating over and over and over again? Like, what happens then? What do you do with yourself? What do you do with your life? You have to keep reliving the same stuff over and over and over again. You don't have a choice. It's just gonna keep happening. You're just gonna keep waking up one day in your bed, like... You're just gonna keep waking up every single time and being like, oh, well, the world has restarted, guess I gotta live my life again. And then you're gonna go through this entire adventure, sometimes making friends, sometimes, like, dying, sometimes losing people you care about, going through all of this stuff, and then it just happens again. Over and over and over and over again, and there's nothing you can do about it. What can he do? Nothing! That's the answer. There's nothing that you can do, which is why it has that, like, nihilistic thing where it's like, nothing matters, because nothing you do is gonna change anything, because it's true. Nothing Sans does actually changes the outcome of anything that happens in the game. Sans is the hardest boss in the game, and, like, it's really hard to beat him, but when it comes down to it, you still end up beating Sans. He still, like, he keeps you from finishing the game, and when it really goes, like, to the reality of being in a video game, if you can't finish the game, nothing else will happen either. So even if, like, you don't get past Sans and you give up, either you're gonna delete the game off of your computer, which means that it's just gonna delete the world, so it's just going to be like, there wasn't a point. Sans' ultimate, like, his ultimate success of beating you enough that you gave up only ends with his entire universe being completely destroyed. Or, you don't get past him and you just leave the game. But then that means that everything is still... Everything that you did in the game is still something that happened. Papyrus is still dead, inevitably. Everyone else is probably still dead if it's a full genocide run. Sans is still just chilling out in the Judgment Hall doing nothing. Everything is still terrible. It doesn't really fix anything. Nothing that ever happens will actually bring, a proper solution to this. It's just what it is. Yeah, so it's like, I don't really blame Sans for being like that, and there's nothing really that he can do. And I imagine that, yeah, like, Sans was probably a lot happier than he is now. Before everything started resetting over and over and over again. Because there was a time, like, especially before Flowey, where, like, Sans and Papyrus probably lived a really nice life together. Like, they seem like they're actually pretty, like, close brothers. Sans seems to adore Papyrus, and Papyrus, as much as he, like, makes fun of Sans and says mean things and, like, tries to scold him about things, seems to just genuinely care about Sans as well. So it's like, they probably were, like, really close brothers. Like, they're a good family that lived together in Snowdin for, like, a while before everything started resetting. And I imagine that, like, Sans at least had some of the enthusiasm Papyrus has. Like, he probably... Even if he still had to deal with, like, his own issues, like, he may have still had depression, or he may have still had anxiety, especially because Gaster eventually fell into the void, but, and, like, even without that, there's still no telling how Sans was with all of his, like, mental issues and everything, but I imagine that Sans probably did, at one point, maybe in another timeline as well, near the beginning, had, like, made a really nice snowman alongside Papyrus. Maybe Papyrus helped. And they made, like, a nice little snow Sans to sit beside Papyrus, and it was really cool. Yeah, I have a lot of headcanons in regards to Undertale. I could go on and on and on about all of this for, like, ages, but in my mind, at the very least, before all the timelines started, Sans and Papyrus, like, things were a lot different back before everything. Right? That's also the really depressing thing, is that Sans is the only one who knows about all the stuff that's happening, who understands that the timelines are, like, messed up in the first place. Yeah, and that's why it's like, that's probably one of the worst parts, is that, like, especially because it's not even that he can't tell anyone, because I'm sure that he can. And especially, like, yeah, but, like, even if you told somebody, because that's really the sad thing, and that's something that, like, it's in a lot of fanfics that people, like, really consider, and it's always super depressing, because people always make it with, like, the romantic stuff, where it's like, oh, you start a relationship, and then everyone forgets about it, so it doesn't really matter what you do. But even without that, like, just, you could tell somebody something. Like, Sans could finally give in and ask for help to deal with his issues, and to be like, I'm severely depressed and terrified, and I'm dealing with so much, please help me. And they, like, someone could help. Like, he could tell Papyrus, and maybe Papyrus would actually try to help him and listen to him. But in the end, no one's going to remember once the timeline restarts again. It's just gonna happen again. And then he would have to either tell them again, or just not bother, because it's not gonna make a difference. Like, you just tell somebody, and then they're gonna forget immediately. It doesn't really matter. Nothing you do matters. That's what happens with this story. It's really sad. But I have my own headcanons revolving around that, where it's like, I have this, like, idea in my head where eventually, because this is kind of my perspective on things, is that you do one of two things in a nihilistic sort of situation where there's nothing you can do. Or, like, in this situation where the timelines keep going over and over and over again, there's two ways to take it. There is the nihilistic approach. There's the, like, emotional approach of being like, this is terrible, this is depressing, I am horrifically upset by all of this happening. Like, there's nothing I can do, everything I do doesn't matter, it's just gonna go and restart again, and it's just terrible. Sorry. Or, you can take the sort of scientific approach to things. Hang on, I'm gonna sip water. Give me a sec. Talking a lot, messed up my nose. But the scientific approach to things, which I wouldn't be surprised if in, like, they don't really, in every fanfiction I read, like, it's very rare that this is not the case, but in almost every fanfiction I read, it always comes back to Sans, understandably, taking the more emotional approach and being like, this is terrible, everything's horrible, like, everyone I care about keeps dying, and no one remembers anything that keeps happening. Like, no one remembers any of this at all. Nothing I do matters. That's always how Sans ends up, which is understandable, because it's a really, like, depressing and messed up situation. But there's another way to take it, and I'm surprised that a lot of people don't use this a lot in stories, because I think it's an interesting way to take it, is that it's a bit like doing an experiment. One of the things that they say is, like, the definition of insanity is to, like, do something over and over and over again, expecting different results. But, like, you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. But the thing with that is, that's kind of why a lot of the times they consider scientists to be crazy, is because they keep doing that. Where, like, you try something over and over and over again, expecting different results, even though it's the same stuff. But I think that that's, like, that's kind of the alternate approach to what you can take with Undertale, in a way, is that, like, you can keep going back and doing new things. And I get that it's kind of like, with the video game universe and everything, Sans always says the same stuff. He has a script that he follows. But I imagine that in a proper, like, full-on universe where Sans remembers everything fully, even, like, not fully, like, Sans remembers most things, I imagine that he would try new stuff. He would do new things. He would talk to people about it. He would, introduce new variables to each new timeline. And, like, eventually, eventually you've gotta be, like, desensitized to, like, everyone dying. And even dying yourself. Like, it's the same sort of thing with dealing with stuff. Like, it's the reasoning why a lot of things like Stockholm Syndrome happen, is that, like, the same things keep happening over and over again, and you're so conditioned to certain stuff that eventually it just becomes normal to you. Where it's like, if Sans keeps going through the timelines over and over and over again, dying, like, losing people that he cares about, and just, like, trying to fight every single time, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, eventually, it's not going to... Eventually, it's not going to, like, impact him as much. At least it wouldn't for me, honestly. Like, eventually I feel like I would realize that nothing really matters, and my brain's messed up, so it may just be my view on things, but if nothing really mattered, then I'd be like, that means that I would kind of take the approach that Flowey took, where it's an experiment. You mess around with anything that's in the timeline. You could kill anyone, you could, like, love anyone, you could do whatever you wanted. And that's a really messed up way of thinking about it, but it's not an unrealistic one. Like, I get that everyone's like, Flowey's a monster, because Flowey goes around killing everybody. Yeah, but it's like, is it messed up, though? For one, Flowey doesn't feel emotions, really. But, like, even with emotions, I feel like eventually you're going to realize that it really just doesn't matter. Like, the first thing that I would do if I noticed that I was going through a timeline over and over and over again is, like, and this is messed up, but I would probably find new and creative ways to, like, kill myself, just to see what would happen. I would want to know what was going to happen. I'd probably, like, jump off cliffs, run in front of a truck, I don't know. I would try new and interesting ways to die and see what happened if I knew that I was going to keep coming back eventually. And eventually, it would kind of go off of that. I would start doing other things. I would start, like, interacting with people in whatever way I wanted. I would start probably, like, breaking things and messing around with stuff and trying different methods of living my life, and eventually it would probably escalate to the point where it did with Flowey, where he just eventually did all the variations of murdering everybody in the underground just to see what would happen. And it's like, that's the other approach. And I always imagine that eventually, like, Sans is a scientist. So eventually, like, that curiosity's gotta take hold, and eventually you're gonna give in and start being like, I wonder what'll happen if I do this. So, in my own personal headcanon, Sans eventually starts joining Flowey and, like, Frisk and Kara, and they start going around and, like, trying new things, seeing what's gonna happen. They, like, fight each other just for fun, just to see who's gonna die first this round. And, like, they start fighting other people in the underground, doing weird things in the underground just to see what would happen. Trying different, methods of living up on the surface, only to come back after living a lifetime there, and then trying again. Because it's like, that's what you can do in that situation. Yeah, but it's like, that's what you can do in that situation. Like, another thing as well is that it's like, it's two completely opposite views on this. Is that it's that you're trapped. You're stuck in this, like, repeating timeline over and over again. Or, you're free to do whatever you want now. There's two methods of looking at it. You are free to, like, do as you please in the timeline now, or you're stuck in the same timeline over and over again. You have to kind of choose which battle to fight. You either, like, fight against it and feel terrible about it, or you go along with it and enjoy yourself. That's why it's like, I always have this thing, where it's like, eventually, they just do what they want, and it's kind of like, they're kind of friends while also acting as enemies sometimes, but it's more of like, it's more of a game than anything, and that's kind of what it's like with this, is that it's just a game that they play. Howdy, what's up? Instead of it being like a depressing game where Sans has no choice, instead he kind of just joins them and does what he wants. Also, though, in my headcanon, because this happens in a lot of other things, and I consider the variables because, like, Papyrus and Sans for me is always kind of like, can you go in She-Door and wait 5 minutes? Don't entirely know what that means. But, anyways, another thing I always imagine is that it's kind of like Papyrus and Sans are like I'm going to go inside of here for now. Because I haven't yet. But papyrus and sands are, like, weird. Because I have forgotten how this door works. I know that there's a thing you can do, but I've forgotten it. But it's kind of like, papyrus and sands always have this weird sort of thing with, like, time and space and everything. So I imagine that, like, papyrus... Sure, I'll wait here for 5 minutes while I talk, because I was talking anyways. But if nothing happens, then I'll leave. But papyrus and sands always have this thing with, like, time and space, where they're never really able to follow it properly. Like, have you noticed all of the, like, sands does weird stuff with, like, time and space pranks and everything, and, like, papyrus mentions it all the time, and it's true, like, sans can just teleport and go through his shortcuts wherever he wants. But another thing as well is that papyrus is no better. Like, he also does weird stuff with time and space. He just walks on air that one time. He ends up, like... What run, you mean? Doing pacifist, if that's what you're asking. But it's, like, it's weird concept. So I imagine that, kind of like in a lot of other universes, in my own headcanon universe of Undertale, papyrus eventually, like, remembers. But it's going to take, like, a bit. Because I don't know what exactly would require Sans to remember in the first place. So something probably happens that makes Papyrus remember. And eventually, like, they at least remember for a bit, and they can, like, figure out what's happening and, like, deal with it for a while. But yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of my own personal headcanons with Undertale. I've never bothered writing any of them down. I thought about it once, being like, I could probably write some fanfiction for Undertale. It interests me enough, but I don't know. Never got around to it. And that is a fun thing about Undertale, though, is that it's kind of like, when it comes to stuff like fanfiction, you can literally do whatever you want, because there's just so much, like, weird, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff happening that you can just do whatever. I don't know when 5 minutes will be considered as, like, past. I don't know what time it is. I should probably grab a clock. I have one over here. My nose. But yeah. Sorry, you, like, asked a simple question, or, like, mentioned a simple, like, thing earlier, and I ended up, like, going on a serious tangent. Sorry. No way, I've been in here for way longer than, like, a minute. That's good. That's true. You would kind of have to enjoy rambles in order to, like, deal with me. With, like, any of my stuff on Discord or on here. But no, I've been here for maybe, like, I don't know, 2-3 minutes at this point. The time on my clock is, like, 3 minutes fast, so we can wait another couple of minutes, but then I'm going to continue on with my life, because if I continue to ramble about stuff, then eventually I'm just going to lose my mind. That's mostly fine, but also probably not great, because I have stuff I have to do. Oh god. That's gross. Sorry. Okay. Talking for too long messes up my nose. That's fine. Doop 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 doop. Squeak. It's a door. What? Totally on board. Right? Yeah, because it's like, you might as well. Because then it's like, there's nothing else for you to do. There's no reason not to try everything. Like, you're just gonna be stuck in this timeline over and over again. You might as well just, like, live new lives every single time. It's an interesting thing. Undertale's always been such an interesting concept. Brings up a lot of neat questions and possibilities. It's cool like that. I'm gonna take a Halls, because that's probably going to help my nose a little bit. Maybe. Maybe not. My sister got annoyed with me, being like, what's up with you and Halls? Why do you take so many Halls? I'm like, I think that was during another live stream at some point, and like, she mentions it so often. She's just like, why do you keep eating Halls? And I'm like, because I need to. And she's like, what's wrong with your throat? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's just because I'm dehydrated and I have, like, I don't know, phlegm. I have, like, allergies. My room is filled with dust, which is not great. I need to dust my bedroom at some point. I'm stuck to the wrapper. At one point or another, I need to dust my bedroom. It is covered in dust. Well, that wrapper just flew across my room. I have no idea where it is now. I am so suspicious by you asking me that. No, I don't. I'm the mod in the chat. I am watching you, chat. Don't fuck with me. I will ban you. Alright, you're messing with me. I'm leaving. It's definitely been like 5 minutes at this point. What's up, Sans? Say, are you following me? Good question. Maybe. I was chilling out there for, I don't know, like 20 minutes. You sure do like to exercise. What happens if I just go back and forth? Do you say new things every time? I doubt it, but... Nah, alright. That would be really funny, though, if you just kept going back and forth and Sans just said new stuff every single time. What's up, Gift Trap? Non-dog related reasons. Please don't, no. That's rude, Gift Trot. Please don't do the present one. I hate that one. The striped cane that says, I use this tiny cane to walk. Oh, I hate this one. Please don't. Oh, good. Slightly less irritated. Great. Striped cane that says, I use this tiny cane to walk on it. A weight has been lifted. Fantastic. Bye. I have the power of God and anime on my side. Ah! Just screams. Oh, man. Alright. It's a Snowpuff. And this is a Snowpuff. What a tiny doghouse. Woof. Great. This, however, is a Snowpuff. Surprisingly, it's a Snowpuff. Snowpuff. Is it really a Snowpuff? Behold, a Snowpuff. Eh? There's 30G inside this. What is this? Greater dog. Yip, yip. Yes, 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 yes. Small doge and big armor. Yes, it's the greater dog. What's up? It's so excited that it thinks fighting is just play. Ah. Not excited enough to play with. Ah! Ah! It boofed at me. Oh, I forgot to go and heal myself. Damn. Alright, well. I pet. Too far away to pet. You just pet the air. Alright, well that's fine. No! Ah, damn it. I'm going to die. Oh, I had an ice cream. I forgot about that. Love yourself. I love you. That's cute. You recovered 15 HP. Nice. What? Gross. It smells like freshly squeezed puppy juice. That sounds disgusting. Beckon, you call the greater dog. It bounced towards you, flecking slobber into your face. Gross. Love yourself. No. No. No! Accept yourself. Is seeking affection. Great. Pet. Curls up in your lap as it is pet by you. It gets so comfortable, it falls asleep. See? Then it wakes up. It's so excited. I like how when you said accept yourself, my brain instantly went to either wreck yourself or reject yourself, and I don't know why. It probably says a lot about my personality. It's patting the ground with its front paws. Adorable. Let's play. You make a snowball and throw it for the dog to fetch. It splats on the ground. Greater dog picks up all the snow in the area and brings it to you. Now dog is very tired. It rests its head on you. No. Don't borf at me. Damn. Want some TLC? I will pet you. As you pet the dog, it sinks its entire weight into you. Your movement's slow, but you still haven't pet enough. No! Ow. Pet capacity is 40%. Great. You pet decisively. Pet capacity reaches 100%. The dog flops over with its legs hanging in the air. Great. Greater dog is contented. Can I? Yes. Think. You won. Great. Adorable. Bye-bye. Okay. Well. Forgot how long that bridge was. Sup? Human! This is your final and most dangerous challenge. Behold, the Gauntlet of Deadly Terror! When I say the word, it will fully activate. Cannons will fire, spikes will swing, blades will slice. Each part will swing violently up and down. Only the tiniest chance of victory will remain. Are you ready? Because I am about to do it. Like, well, what's the holdup? Hold up? What hold up? I'm about to activate it now. Alright. That, doesn't look very activated. Well, this challenge, it seems, maybe too easy to defeat the human with. Yeah, we can't use this one. I'm a skeleton with standards. My puzzles are very fair. And my traps are expertly cooked. But this method is too direct. No class at all. Away it goes. Great. Phew. What are you looking at? This was another decisive victory for Papyrus. Yeah. Heh. Heh? Alright. Ugh, God. It's hard to talk with a cough drop in your mouth. What's up? I don't know what my brother's going to do now. If I were you, I would make sure I understand blue attacks. Great. Thanks for the advice. Bye, Sans. Welcome to Snowdin Town. It just says Snowdin. You are lying to me, game. That is not what that sign says. The sight of such a friendly town fills you with determination. Great. Do I have anything that I want to put in here? I don't think so. I haven't really picked up much. Probably not. What's up? Hello, traveler. How can I help you? Let's talk. Say hello. Hiya. Welcome to Snowden. I can't remember the last time I saw a fresh face around here. Where did you come from? The capital? Yep, totally. You don't look like a tourist. Are you here by yourself? Maybe. You want to know what to do here in Snowden? Grillby's has food. The library has some information. If you're tired, you can take a nap at the inn. It's right next door. My sister runs it. And if you're bored, you can sit outside and watch those wacky skeletons do their thing. There's 2 of them. Brothers, I think. They just showed up one day and asserted themselves. Bruh. The town has gotten a lot more interesting since then. Man. Sands of Papyrus are great. I don't really understand what's actually going on with them, and I don't think anyone does, but that's pretty fantastic. Town history. Think back to your history class. A long time ago, monsters lived in the ruins back there in the forest. Long story short, we all decided to leave the ruins and head for the end of the caverns. Along the way, some fuzzy folk decided they liked the cold and set up camp in Snowden. Oh, and don't think about trying to explore the ruins. The door's been locked for ages. So unless you're a ghost or can burrow under the door, forget about it. Unless you're the 2 specific characters that can go past the door, you can't go past it. What do you think is the reason Kara went down Man Ebb up? Suicide? Maybe? Kara did not seem like, well, no, Kara did seem like a troubled child. Just gonna say that. But I don't know, maybe that's just, from my perspective of things. But also, like, why would a small child end up on the top of a mountain to the point where you can just fall down a random hole in said mountain? Because, like, it also didn't exactly look like there were people living on top of the mountain when, like, the monsters came out at the end. So, I don't know. Exploration that led to Kara falling into a hole in the mountain, or maybe Kara ran away. Maybe there was a suicide attempt. Who knows? It's hard to say. I imagine that it was probably something along the lines of Kara, like, hopping in because there was nothing else that they wanted to do. Your life. Life is the same as usual. A little claustrophobic. But we all know deep down that freedom is coming, don't we? Do we? As long as we got that hope, we can grit our teeth and face the same struggles day after day. Fair. That's life, ain't it? Fair enough. Alright. I don't have anything to sell. What have you got? A bicycle. Bicycles are nice. I will take a bicycle. And a cinnamon bun, just because I can. Alright. Thanks, bye. Bye now, come again sometime. Bye. Undertale is kind of great like that, where it's like, you can kind of interpret the story however you want. There's so many different things going on. Mom says that sleeping can recover your health above your maximum HP. What's maximum HP? I wouldn't want to really do that. How much does it even cost? Welcome to Snowden. Snowden's premier hotel. 1 night is 80G. Not gonna do that, so it's expensive. Well, feel free to come back anytime. Oh yeah. That was not my intent. Take me back. Ugh. My nose. Don't want to walk to the other side of town? Try the undersnow tunnels. They're efficiently laid out. Do people write about that in any fics? Like, yo, this is genuine, like, alright, so that's such like an idle bit of the game with the, like, the tunnel that goes between different sides of town, but like, is that ever, like, used in fics? Like, does anyone ever mention that? That there's just, like, a tunnel that goes underneath the town? Anybody at all? I don't think I've read anything that it mentions this. I feel like that's an interesting, like, prospect that you could talk about, but no one really talks about. That lady over there, something about her disturbs me. Probably because she has, like, a small child on a leash. Right? No one talks about this. There is a tunnel underneath the town. That's a weird thing, like, that is happening. Isn't my little Cinnamon just the cutest? Bun buns are so adorable, teehee. You're weird. Bun 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 bun. Great. I think I figured it out. No, never mind. Alright. We'll talk to everyone in town first, and then I think we're probably gonna end this stream, because it's getting late and we've been here for over an hour. I think. Because I'm pretty sure I did start the stream at about 4:30. And that's been like an hour and a half from now. So, we'll talk to everybody and then we'll leave in a bit. Awful teens tormented a local monster by decorating its tree like horns. So we started giving that monster presents to make it feel better. Now it's a tradition to put presents underneath a decorated tree. That's cute. Guess it was a good thing those teens tormented that monster. Question mark. It's a carefully decorated tree. Some of the presents are addressed from Santa to various locals. Sweet. Yo, you're a kid too, right? I can tell, because you're wearing a striped shirt. What if Frisk was not a small child and was actually just, like, small? I wonder if that weird skeleton is an adult or a kid. Pretty sure he's an adult. He doesn't act like a kid. This town doesn't have a mayor, but if there's ever a problem, a skeleton will tell a fish lady about it. That's politics! Politics. You know what? Oh, man, going into this game and actually, like, looking at all this stuff on there, what a weird thing to mention. What if Sans actually was another kid? Can you imagine if Sans was actually, like, the little brother, like, by a wide margin? Because I get that they're supposed to be, like, the thing where it's, like, kids wear striped shirts. But, like, what if you just don't wear a striped shirt? It's not like you're born with the striped shirt. You can just take off the shirt. So, like, Sans is actually, like, 9 or, like, 12. Sans is actually a small child, and he's just, like, dealing with all of this shit. He just wears, like, a jacket to cover up a striped shirt underneath, because he's like, I can't let anyone know that I'm a kid. Otherwise, they're not gonna listen to me. I'm dealing with, like, all of the stuff that's going on. Oof, the youngest suffers instead of the eldest. My heart is broken now. Sad face, yeah. I'm gonna consider me reaching Grillby's as the stopping point. I'm gonna save again. Because I want it saved as a bit of, like, side information that I've spoken to everybody. And then next time we'll continue on from Grillby's. But yeah, like, there's so many things that could be going on in this game, and it's fantastic because it's like, you can do so much with this game. Like, so much. It's great. I love it. Alright, so we're making, like, do we wanna... Alright, so the real question mark here is, do we want to continue streaming for any period of time today? Because I can stay here for another, like, hour at most until, like, 7. But that's, like, the latest. Or I can end it now that I've, like, saved. And we can stop the stream for today. Have a final discussion for the next, like, I don't know, 6 minutes. And then end it for today and come back next week. What do you think? So I could even just stay here for another, like, 30 minutes. We could continue on through Snowden. Because we did spend, like, a good portion of today's stream. We did not make a lot of progress in the game. We stopped for a good while just talking about Undertale theories. Yeah. Alright, cool. Because I also have stuff to do. I have so much laundry. You cannot see it from here. But behind me, there's a like the hugest pile of clothing on my floor. I have to do so much laundry. Also, I have to do the laundry in my bathroom, because this stuff in there is starting to smell like mildew, and that's not great. So, I have things to do. Oh. Calm is playing Skyrim. Neat. Good for him. But yeah, alright, so we will stop the stream for today. Alright, we hold it. Okay, cool. So, just gonna... Should I wish you success? Thanks. It's gonna take a good, like, hot second of dealing with all of it. It's a lot of stuff. I have so many chores that I actually should be taking care of. Most of it, I also need to vacuum my bedroom. And the bathroom. And I have to clean the grout in there. I also have to replace the soap. I have a lot of stuff I have to do. I have been procrastinating, though, because I'm depressed. Ding. I've been procrastinating because I've been reading fan fiction to fill the void in my heart that suddenly appeared while I was alone in my house after I got better. But that's kind of figured itself out as much as it does. So, I've been working on things. Enthusiasm. We're gonna take a few minutes just to talk. Enthusiasm. I started figuring out the stuff for Small Worlds, which makes me happy because I really like that series so far. I have reread that first chapter of that series on Patreon so many times at this point. Like, it is the softest thing that I have ever written in my life, and I'm very happy about it. I keep rereading it. And I'm hoping that I can actually keep doing it, and it'll be fine. But I am very conflicted about what I should do for the next chapter. And, like, I don't want to expose everybody to spoilers. Did you read it? Is it good? Did you like it, if you did read it? I liked it, that I read it, like, so many times. And I was not supposed to be as soft as they turned out. Like, I was actually originally just going to go for, like, expressionless and uncaring, but that did not work out the way that it was going to. Soft words, thanks. It's very soft. But, yeah, I don't know what to do with the second chapter. I'm conflicted. I don't know what I should... I know what's gonna happen as the story continues, but, like, I don't know what to do specifically for the next chapter. Because it's kind of like, I don't want to suddenly spring, like, a bunch of stuff on everybody after, like, the softness of the first chapter. So I'm thinking of trying to do another soft chapter, and then doing the slightly more serious stuff, but I don't know. Because, like, I just don't know. There's a certain way that the story is going to be written, and that requires me to figure out the pacing of it in a way that makes sense. I'm very conflicted. There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't really know what to do with myself. I did figure out all the backstories, though. So. No fights. That is a very long name. No fights. Hi! What's up? Well, you guys are late. You guys appeared at the end of the live stream. But yeah, hello! No fights. And you're right, no fights. I'm doing a pacifist run while we're actually working on that. Which will happen eventually, but not right now because we're ending the live stream, because that's what's happening. I'm just talking about other things. The more stuff will happen next Friday, and we'll continue on with our adventures in Undertale. Oh no, sorry. It's fine. And stop by next Friday, or next Wednesday, because I'm going to actually start live streaming on Wednesdays, I think. Just because it's a free day for me, and it's a decent day for it. It's that or Saturdays. But I don't know if I want to do Saturdays, because I do stuff on Saturdays sometimes. Yeah. Although, if I do live stream on Wednesday, it's not going to be Undertale. Undertale is going to be a Friday live stream thing. So, if that's what you are here to watch, then for one, check out the previous live stream, like the most recent one before this one, which is still on my channel, and that will be the live stream for when we started doing Undertale, and skip forward maybe like 20-30 minutes in that one, because I play Stonehearth in that one for a bit, but the Undertale part starts eventually. You can like figure out where it is. Eventually it'll show up. But we started playing it last time. This was like weeks ago. Now we're playing it this week, and then next week again. We'll continue on with that. But it's on Fridays. But I'm thinking of going back to The Sims or something on Wednesdays. Because we still have The Sims that we could play. Or I might play a different game on Wednesdays, and I don't know what. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna do something on Wednesday, probably. Maybe. We're gonna see what happens. I'm unsure. Ugh. Gross. I liked the Wednesday and Friday schedule, so I'm probably gonna stick with that anyways. But I don't know. At this point, I'm just talking quietly while we, like, slowly end the stream. Underman is sans, it's true. But yeah, anyways, outside of the live streaming stuff with the writing and everything, man, I'm, like, there's so much conflict with figuring out Nye's and, like, story and everything. There's so much going on. And it's, like, it's kind of unnecessary, because no one is ever going to actually know all of the backstory that is happening in that series. At all. Like, I wrote all this stuff and, like, figured out all of the logic behind this series. I even added so many details to it. But no one will ever know. Or at least not anytime soon. Because, like, the Small World series is meant to just be about, like, small worlds. It's supposed to be about Nye living in this house and just doing what they do. Right? It's cruel but amazing. Yeah, it's, like, it's really sad, but also it's, like, I'm glad I made it because it's really cool and I like the story that I made. But also, no one's gonna know. Like, it's there. And, like, that's what happened in this universe, but no one will know. So it's, like, you're gonna see all these, like, episodes and chapters of just, like, Nye doing whatever in their house. And, like, I don't need my phone on for this. Okay, then. But, you're just gonna see, like, Nye living in their house like a normal human being, doing what they do. And, like, hanging out with Horace, and, like, maybe meeting new people, and, like, occasionally leaving the house, probably. But, and, like, you're going to, I want to include flashbacks and, like, dream sequences, memories of things that kind of expose a bit of the backstory, but it's never going to be something seriously in-depth, because the way that I have this structured is that it's all going to be very vague. It's all going to be kind of, like, implied stuff that's happening. I'm never going to be outright like, this person's thinking this thing, well, this thing's happening over here. And it's like, no, that's not what's happening. I'm going to tell you what's going to be happening directly. So it's like, because usually with my stories, the way that it goes is that it's kind of like, I give you a lot of the details. I give you stuff that's happening on other sides of, like, the building or the other side of the world that's important. Anything that's, like, related to the story, I tell you about, because it's part of the story, and, like, it's necessary to know what's exactly going on. But you don't know what exactly is going on with this one. That's the point of the story, is that it's not about the story, it's about Nye. It's about what's happening right now. So you're just gonna see the stuff that's happening with Nye, and, like, even if there is stuff happening in the background, you're not gonna know about it. It might be implied. Like, there might be a hint of, like, oh, and, like, this weird thing happened then, and then Nye, like, looked over at this guy and was like, that's a weird guy, and then moved on, and it's like, what? You're just gonna be like, why is that mentioned? Is that important? But I'm not gonna tell you, because it is. You're just not gonna know. So it's like, there's all this stuff happening in the background, and Nye's story is actually, like, complicated and convoluted, and, like, there's so much stuff happening, but you don't know about any of it. It's not the point. You're not gonna see it. It's not gonna be pointed out. It's just gonna be there. Yeah, so it's like, this is the simplest story that I will ever write, because it's supposed to be, because there's not a lot happening directly, And, like, occasionally, you'll get a dream sequence or a flashback, and it'll just be, like, Nye remembering something. But past that, it's just gonna keep going the way that it's gone. Where it's just, like, Nye living in this shack of a house in the middle of nowhere with Horace coming by every once in a while and trying to get Nye to go outside. That's the most that you're gonna get out of this story. Oh, man. I even have, like, the ending figured out, because that was the thing as well, is that, like, this story started with me just being like, I want to write something soft and, like, quiet and simple. And I started off with that and the perspective of, like, my own thing of staying in my room all the time and just living inside and never leaving the house. And then I thought of an ending for it. Like, that was one of the first things I thought of, actually, was, like, what are easy characters? Because I already made Nye and Horace. They're in, like, tons of different stories that I have, but with completely different personalities and, like, backgrounds and different things like that. So I just used their names in there as placeholders originally. I was just gonna be like, I don't know who to put in as characters for this, but I'll just put Nye and Horace, because why not? Like, they fit the roles well enough. So I left them in there. And then I thought of, like, what is the story even gonna be about if I continued it? And then I ended up with, like, some flashback sequences that are already written out, that are just chilling out on the side that I can't do anything with yet. And, like, the ending. So, like, I figured out the ending was one of the first things that I knew I wanted to do. So I had to, like, compensate for the ending with the rest of the story, and it made everything super dramatic. But there's no drama in the story. There's nothing to say. Nothing's gonna happen. It's just gonna be simple stuff. It's the softest story I've ever written in my life, and there's so much happening in the background, and I can't do anything about it. I can't tell anybody, it's just there. Oh, man. Yo, another thing. I need to write more chapters for fanfics. Like, I'm behind. I haven't written anything for, like, a fanfic in a while, but I have come up with all those ideas. I just haven't written them down. I have so much stuff I should write and work on. And I should write my book. I should really get working on that. But I'm probably not going to right now, just because I don't want to. Because it's stressing me out. So I'm going to take a second not to work on it. I will get back to it eventually, but not right now, because I don't want to. At this point, I'm just rambling. There's so much stuff happening in my head right now. So much. Like, this is why I ended up on a tangent about Undertale, because there's so much happening in my head right now. 'Tis fine, I'm patient, thanks. There's just a lot, and it's stressful. Because it's like, there's other stuff happening, and I should take care of that other stuff. But also, there's a lot happening in my head. There's a lot happening in life. I have so much stuff that I need to do. And I don't think anyone realizes that I have stuff I need to do. I think everyone makes the assumption that it's like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just chilling out here in my room, just fucking around, doing absolutely nothing for days on end. And that stresses me out. Because it's like, I am doing stuff. It just doesn't look like it, because everything I'm doing is stuff in my head. Because it's one of those things where it's like, writing doesn't look like a real job. It doesn't. Like, when you're actually writing stuff down, it does. It looks like you're doing something productive. It looks like you're actually working on stuff. But to actually work on writing stories, you have to sit down and stare at a wall for hours, trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Like, I spent so long yesterday just looking into space, thinking, like, what am I gonna do with this? And, like, every time I stop doing anything, because I have to make my brain stop for a second, so I'll play a video game, or I'll watch a TV show, or, well, not a TV show, I'll watch, like, a YouTube video, or, like, an anime, and I'll stop. And I'll be like, I need to chill out. And eventually, I'll have to get up, and I'll have to go and do things, like, take care of laundry, or use the bathroom, or get food, or take a shower, and whenever that happens, I'm exhausted. Because the entire time that it's happening, I'm thinking about stories again. Because as soon as my brain lets go of the thing that's just having it chill out, it just starts running around again. I feel like I've just been running in circles. Over and over and over again, just running. Constantly. It's like a hamster wheel. It's just constantly going. And I keep running. And sometimes I'll be like, let's stop the wheel for a second. And then it'll just kind of roll on its own, slowly. And I'll chill out in the wheel. But then suddenly, I'll just start booking it again. And I'll be like, why is this happening? And I can't stop it. So it's just going. Even if I try to stop it, eventually I'll just end up rolling with it. And I'll just be, like, panicked, rolling in a hamster wheel, unable to do anything. I have so much anxiety and so much thought. It's just happening so fast. I haven't been able to sleep. I haven't been able to talk to anybody about this either. I have not been able to sleep at all recently. Every time I sleep, I just dream about story ideas, and then I wake up and I'm exhausted. It doesn't help. Nothing is fixing this. I'm exhausted. Understandable. Have a great day. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm just... There's so much going on. I will work on stuff. It's true. You can't breathe at all. There's just no oxygen. You're just chilling out here. And it's like, it's not even necessarily a bad feeling, because, like, it brings up the sort of productivity of, like, having all these ideas and being able to do something with the ideas. But doing something with the ideas is hard. And it, like, takes a second. And it's so rough, because I can't write as fast as I can think. It's just not possible. That's just not how my brain works. I think too fast for that. It's like with talking. I stumble over words a lot because I think way too fast for my own mouth. So I'll think of all this stuff that I want to say and want to express. And that's why I end up repeating myself, because, like, the thoughts are repeating themselves to remind me to say them. So I end up just kind of saying stuff twice. Especially because it's like, in my brain, I'm trying to cement in my head that this is what you're thinking. Like, this is your thought. Definitely this. Remember this. This is what you're trying to say. So I end up just saying it. Again. And again. And I can't even tell if I'm correctly portraying what I'm trying to say. Man. Talking and writing is hard. Expressing things from in your head is very difficult. It's rough. I'm having a rough time. I'm dealing with it, but I'm having a rough time. So it's like I was hoping if I started writing things again, it would help. It hasn't. It's made it worse. But I'm gonna hope that maybe it'll chill out my head a little bit if I express it somehow. We're working on it. It's slow going, but we're working on it. Alright. I took about, like, 20 minutes, 15 minutes to talk. I think that that's fair. I said my piece, and that helps me deal with my shit. I need to ramble sometimes, and no one wants to talk to me in real life, so I have to talk to you guys. So. This is why I have low self-esteem. Because I try to talk to people in real life, and they don't believe me. I can never really manage to portray things properly to them, and even if I do, I don't think they really get what I'm saying. Or if they do, they just don't care. Like, I'll tell people about my struggles and being like, I don't know what's going on. And they'll be like, what do you mean you don't know what's going on? And I'll try to explain, and then I'll realize I forgot something in a sentence. Everything's so dazed and hazy in my life that I told my sister recently, there's, like, a way that I have to talk to people where it's, like, most of the time, when I'm talking normally, like right now, I'm kind of in this weird sort of haze state, where, like, my mind is going on, doing what it always does, all on its own, and I can't stop it. But the rest of me is kind of in a sort of blanket state, where it's like, I'm kind of registering all of the thoughts in my head, but also not all of the thoughts in my head, because if I did, then my brain would just explode, and I would die. So, most of the time, I'm in that blanket, hazy state, where everything's kind of dull and fuzzy, and my brain is kind of doing its own thing, and I'm kind of registering what's happening in it, but not all the time. So, because otherwise, it would just be too much. But then, to actually logically speak to somebody and, like, precisely say what I want to say, I have to force myself to focus on all the stuff that's happening in my head, which is something I usually only do when I'm writing, which is exhausting. But, like, I was having a conversation with my sister, and it ended up with an argument, because I couldn't explain what I was trying to say. Like, the stuff in my head didn't make sense to me. I was trying to explain it, but it didn't make sense to her either, so she just got angry. And eventually, I was like, I'm getting annoyed. I don't want to have an argument with my sister while I'm at her house this weekend, so I'm just going to stop for a second. So I told her, like, wait, hang on, stop, don't talk, just wait, give me a second. And I had to sit in silence for a second, and I had to focus in on my thoughts. And I had just woken up, and I was tired. So I was like, trying really hard to think, and I had to focus, and I felt like I was gonna die, but I managed to focus and logically explain to her what was happening in my head. And it, like, the argument just fell apart. Like, there was nothing to argue about. The entire thing was settled as soon as I actually spoke my thoughts properly. This is why, like, a lot of the times, in my head at least, I'm perfectly capable of having a normal conversation with people, but, like, it's really hard to express that when my brain is just filled with stuff, and I have to constantly kind of shove it away so that I don't die. It's really difficult to deal with. That's why a lot of times I end up accidentally shouting at people, and I don't mean to. It's just, like, everything's loud in my head, so I just end up talking loud, and I don't mean to. It's just what happens. Also, in my defense, I'm allowed to talk loud now, so I do that just because I can. I enjoy talking loud. I don't like being quiet. It's really annoying. I was quiet all the time. I don't like doing that. Anyways, I've been talking for way too long. So I'm still drowsy, and I have stuff to do, and everything's happening too fast. I need to take a second. After this, I'm gonna chill out and not do anything for just a second. Actually, after this, I'm gonna do laundry, and then I'm gonna chill out for a second while the laundry is being done. And then I have to keep doing laundry. Then eventually, once laundry is done, I have to go take a shower. And then eventually, I have to clean the floors once the bathroom stuff is getting washed. And tomorrow I'm gonna clean my bedroom once all of my laundry is done and put away. So I have to dust, and I have to vacuum, and I have to take care of everything in that building. There's so much stuff that I have to do. I'm gonna do it later, but not right now. I'm gonna start doing it now, and then I'm gonna finish it tomorrow. Right, not right now, though. I have to stop. Alright, we're gonna pull up the thing. I've been talking for, like, 20 minutes at least. Sorry. I'm just gonna pull this up. My voice is dying, and I know why, because I'm just talking normally now, and that's not great. Oh god. I just saw CinemaSins for The Snowman, and Jesus Christ, that movie was a train wreck. Oh god. Let's see. Where is the thing? This one. You gotta find the right music to end the stream on. Oh god. Sorry. Okay, not you. This one. Great. Let's do this. Wha? Schwat? Okay, I saw you in Discord. I will go and look at that in like 2 seconds. Okay. We're gonna end the stream now. Because I've been talking for too long, and I'm tired. And at this point, I'm kind of just rambling to ramble. Which is fine, but also, though, like, I should stop rambling. Okay. Yeah, it can get overwhelming. There's a lot happening. It's a lot. It's fine, though. I'm alright. I need to actually sleep at some point. That would make life easier. I have to actually exhaust myself. I need to start exercising again. I have so much stuff I need to do. I will do it eventually. I swear that I will. In the meantime, I'm gonna go and drink liquids. That sounds like a smart idea. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go. Let's do the thing. Bye! That's not... I'm not actually saying bye. We're just going to go to the see you later screen, and then I'm gonna say bye. Lol, 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 lol. Alright. Hopefully the audio is fine. Okay. Boy. Alright, boy. Yeah. Bye.
Do you know the way back to other days when my heart was innocent? I cashed it in for pocket change, lost my way with nothing gained. I've been singing songs and I've been working hard, trying to catch a shooting star, but everything is foreign here, clouded up and full of fear. Just take me home. Just take me home. Take me home.